in 2018, and I'm hoping for some more radio play as we go here in 19.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a party song. It's really a song about, having a good time and turning it up and just enjoying yourselves. It's got a great groove to it, great beat to it. It's a song that's going to make you tap your feet and have a good time. It's really a enjoy yourself and party kind of tune.
Makes you want a red Solo cup.
Exactly. Yeah, but it's a fun song. It's definitely a fun song. Let It Go is really, that's more like a song that we wrote about, sometimes in life things just get, too serious.
Mm-hmm.
And, we all get too serious sometimes, and life gets too serious, and you just got to remember to, don't take it all that serious and just let it go, let it go and have a great life and let things go. Don't let things, get you too worked up, because life's really a quick ride, and enjoy it. So that's what Let It Go is about. And what was the other one you mentioned?
I think it was White Flag. White Flag, yes.
White Flag's an interesting song. I mean, White Flag is, I wrote that about really, being in a relationship with somebody who, two people that are very attracted to each other, but for whatever reason, they just seem to argue a lot. But
Mm-hmm.
yet they don't know how to end the relationship, because they're just, they dig each other. They're into each other. They want to be together, but they don't seem to have very good communication skills.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're both, and they both are kind of, saying, I'm not gonna put up the white flag. And so they kind of get into this, a little bit of a vicious situation, because they really dig each other, but they don't know how to give it up. So it's kind of, I know everybody's been in those kind of relationships at one time or another in their lives. So that's what White Flag's about. It's a fun tune. It's a real country rock tune. It's got some really good guitar and some good, like Turn It Up does. But yeah, it's a fun song. And a few of my other tracks, Unforgettable is a really pretty, beautiful ballad about a guy and girl who met each other, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of a real nice love song. And To Get My Heart's another one that's more of a mid-tempo song about a guy who's just really trying to figure out, how can I get this girl to get me? How can I get her to get my heart? How can I get her to see how much I'm crazy about her? I want to open up. I want to be with you, but I got to get you to see me and
Mm-hmm.
see inside me. So, my writing comes from ideas and thoughts, and sometimes it comes from experiences. It really just depends on. It comes from many, many different ways.
It sounds like you work with some really good people as well, too, like with producer Brett Boyd and Bruce Vanderveer. And, of course, you also got many more. You got some interesting credentials you can tell us a little bit about.
Well, yeah, Brett just did a movie last year. He was the producer and writer for the soundtrack for the movie Forever My Girl. And that was a real successful movie. That was out in 2018, Forever My Girl, and did very well at the box office. And Brett did the whole soundtrack. So he's also worked with Cassidy Pope and other artists, and so he's a very, very talented writer. And him and I write together often, and like to say that when we work together, we have magic in the bottle, and we have a lot of fun together. He's a great guy, and he's a really talented writer. So I love working with him.
He sounds like a lot of fun, too. We'll get to some of your upcoming projects and a possible tour as well. You'll listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com. Powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all you need. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. Also on Facebook at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can also download and listen on SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and watch the interview on YouTube as well. We're here with the California native James Manning, an upcoming country star, and he's talked about his many singles, the people he's worked with and toured, and also a lot of inspiration. And I'm going to get to a couple of things here. We know you're very busy, and let's talk about your upcoming album or project and a possible tour as well.
Sure. Well, right now I'm working on, I'm performing pretty regularly. I'm usually performing either in California or sometimes Nevada, Vegas, or Arizona. And I'm working with some different producers and looking at some possibilities of some tours in the near future with some different folks in Nashville and contacts that I'm working with. So that's kind of what I've been up to, and really. I did a lot of writing last year and putting these songs together. So now I'm really trying to just get out there and perform and get people getting to know my music, getting to know my songs. And as we go along here in 19, I'm looking at some different tour opportunities.
It sounds great, too. And what do you consider your favorite projects when it comes to what you're doing? What challenges have you experienced, or the most challenging, and what's your most memorable moment?
I love performing. I mean, I would say for me, being on stage, when you're on stage and you're performing one of your songs and people are really having a great time and you're connected with your audience, that's for me, that's like the best. That's like it doesn't get any better than that. I love that, and I live for that, really. Besides that, I love writing a great song. It's like sometimes songs come together and really grow into something great, and sometimes they don't. But I love to create and write a good song, and then see it go from words to now you got the words with the music, to now you're at a point where it's the production's getting there, and now you're adding all the instruments, and now suddenly the song's turning into something that you're just very proud of. So that process for me is also I love. And then I would say that the next great thing is just the fans, people that appreciate and enjoy your music. People that have good things to say about wow, I really loved your song To Get My Heart, or Unforgettable, or I Need Another Round. That's another great song that I love. I love performing I Need Another Round.
I Need Another Round? Oh my gosh, I don't think I've seen that yet or heard it.
Yeah, if you got it's I Need Another Round. It's definitely it's got a nice fast country rock beat to it, and it's basically about being in a bar and having a good time, and everybody needs another round. So it's a fun song, but I love performing that song. So yeah, it just all of that. I love people that say, hey man, I really enjoyed your song. I really enjoyed listening to it. I really enjoyed something about it. That's a great feeling, to know that you made a difference in somebody's thoughts or life because of something you did, with the song. So I enjoy that a lot as well.
It sounds like a huge compliment, and you played in venues such as House of Blues, the Coach House, Sabin Theater, and the world-famous Whiskey A Go-Go on Sunset Boulevard, and of course, you also toured in many venues. What do you consider your most favorite venue or your most favorite city, and why?
Well, I mean, I would say the Coach House in San Juan Capistrano is I've kind of where I got my start. So for me, it's very, I have a warm spot for there because it holds about 1,000 people. It's a nice venue. People are great there. I've, been able to perform with some big acts, big artists at the Coach House. And, when you start getting used to, performing in front of 1,000 people, 1,500 people, 2,000 people, the Saban holds about 4,000 to 5,000 people. There's a development of getting comfortable on stage and learning how to, just be you and be comfortable on stage. I think for me, it comes pretty naturally, but at the end of the day, the longer you're in it, the more experience you get, the more comfortable you get, the better you get at it, and the more comfortable you can be to be a great artist when you're performing for people. So I just being on stage and at the Coach House has been very cool. The Saban's been cool. Whiskey's great. I also did the famous Viper Room up in West Hollywood. I've performed there a few times, and done some shows in Vegas, and I'm looking forward to really growing my music and getting into some shows in Nashville and get to some shows maybe in Texas and different parts of the country as this thing starts to build.
That'd be great too. And of course, just a few minutes here. We know you're a very, very busy guy. Who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
In my biggest influence as far as like another artist, or as far as like somebody in my life?
As in your singing career, your songwriting, your performing, or biggest influences, I should say.
Okay. Well, I like Zach Brown. I just love Zach Brown. I love his music. So he's a major influence. Neil Diamond for me is a major influence, even though he's not country.
Mm-hmm.
I love his writing. I love his story. I just love the story behind Neil Diamond, how he got his start in New York, Brooklyn, and was pushing hard for 7-8 years, and then he found his groove. He found what made him special, and that's really when he started to blossom.
Mm-hmm.
Which you could say for a lot of great artists. But I would say Neil Diamond, and another guy that I really love that's not country, but I love him. He's a Canadian rocker, Bryan Adams.
Oh yes, I love Bryan Adams. I love Neil Diamond too.
I just love Bryan Adams. I always have. I just love, even though he's not country, his tunes are very rock. He's got some good rock, nice Canadian rock sound to his music, and great songs. He was definitely at a very young age, 18, 19 years old. I've seen Bryan Adams in concert probably 10 or 11 times. And one time he brought me up on stage, because he'll do that. He'll bring somebody up on stage and let you sing a song with him if you know the words to the song. And so I raised my hand, and at this time I wasn't even in the music business, and I raised my hand, and I was able to come up there and sing a song with him and about 20,000 people, and that was pretty incredible experience. So, from a country perspective, the guys that I mentioned, George Strait, I just love George Strait. I love, a lot of Keith Urban, Kenny Chesney, Tracy Lawrence, lots of people. So, but I would say my influences are growing up would be, Bryan Adams, Neil Diamond type folks, John Denver, Bob Seger, those guys, those kind of folks.
It sounds like you have a lot of influences, which is great. And what's the best advice you can give right now to somebody getting into the business?
Well, I would say that if you're going to do it because you love it. Do it because it's something that you can't live without. Music for me is something that's in me so strong that I couldn't leave it if I tried. Honestly, I could not leave it if I tried. I want to be successful in it, and I want people to know my music and I want to continue to move the needle and grow fans and be successful in the business. It's wonderful, but if either way, I'm in music. I love it. It's something that I just love to do. It's not an easy business at all. It's a very difficult business. It's because there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of people that want to be successful in music. And the music business has changed a lot. The days of 70s and 80s, with album sales and things of that sort are gone. So, now you really have to build your social media platform up, and you have to be, touring and getting ticket sales. And so there's a lot of different ways that you have to go about it and approach it to be successful. But at the end of the day, do it because you love it. Do it because it's something that's in you and burns in you, and you have to do it. That would be my words of advice.
That is great too. And of course, we got a minute left here, and just one more thing before we let you go. You've been great. Again, tell us about your upcoming projects. Where can they hear your music, and how can people reach you, and what's your website?
My website is jamesmanning.com. So jamesmanning.com, MANNING, like Eli and Peyton Manning, jamesmanning.com.
That's a good one to remember.
Yeah, or jamesmanningmusic.com. But that's my website. Projects, I actually do a tribute show for Neil Diamond as well. So I've been doing some tribute shows for a thing I call America's Diamond. And then I'm also doing my own shows. So I've got a show coming up this Friday night, February 1st at the Santa Clarita Canyon Club in Santa Clarita, California, and then I've got a show February 14th at the Mozambique in